Hi, this is my Spokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. Today, I want to just speak about you as a young man, and I just want to delve into speaking about the emotions that you go through as a young man that you need support in, things that you go through that you need support in as a young man, because many times we just don't take care, and our societies don't just take care of young men or men as well at large, because we have got the tendency in cultural practices whereby they say men never cry or tigers never cry, and therefore we have had men that go through difficulties in their lives, and therefore they cannot come up with, because they think that it is actually diabolic to be actually showing emotions as a man. But today we want to deal with that, because it is very important, especially in the society that we're living in, that we speak about emotions that you have, that you need support in as a young man. So therefore, these are emotions that you need to express them. These are the emotions that you need to make sure that everybody knows that you have in order for you to be assisted or to be supported in. And this is part one today that I want to deal about. And in part one today, I want to speak about men can break down, or men break down also. Now, I want to speak about breaking down as a man, that you as a young man, remember that you also, as a normal human being, facing situations in your life. Men are not immune to problems. Men are not immune to challenges in life. In fact, if we look at challenges, you'll realize that men are actually exposed to a lot of challenges in their lives, particularly those challenges that would come because of men wanting to prove that they're men. They want to prove that they're strong. They want to prove that they are having everything. And therefore, even when a situation comes to their lives where they need to show an emotion of breaking down so that people can support them, men try to stand strong in order to hide the fact that they can break down. But I want to also emphasize that along the process, because of the heavy burdens that you carry upon yourself, and also that attitude of wanting to prove that you're strong, you are going to reach a stage where you break down. And as a young man, I must emphasize that when you feel like breaking down, you must actually be able to seek help. Because there are times when you have carried quite a lot in you. There are times when you've bottled up a lot of stuff in life, but yet you don't go to seek for help. And it is amazing, because we are living in a life whereby men don't seek for help in any situation. We have seen whether it is in diseases and sicknesses. When a man is sick, they hardly go to a doctor. When a man is sick, they hardly seek assistance. Or also, when they are oppressed by stressful situations or challenging situations, they hardly go out to seek for help. And this is what we want to converse right now, that you must know that men also break down. Men also can cry. Men can also feel the emotion of breaking down and feeling like they are not in control. And this is very important. Now, as a young man, if you go through such emotions, don't feel like you are less of a man when you feel you're breaking down. But also, what I want to emphasize right now is the fact that as a man and as a young man, you must actually have a tendency of seeking help in your life when you are faced with situations, and never run away or shy away from seeking help, because you definitely need help. You may be facing situations of relationships whereby you're really struggling in how to handle your relationships. You're really struggling on how to deal with the relationship that you're in right now, and you feel strongly that you're overwhelmed. And sometimes the demand of the communities and our societies upon men, they're the ones that are putting you at a situation where you feel like breaking down. But I must emphasize that you must know the fact that a man can also break down. And as you know the fact that a man can break down, you won't feel shy to actually expose your emotions. You won't feel shy to actually tell people how you feel. If you are feeling overwhelmed to an extent of breaking down, feel free to share with people that will help you. And I want to emphasize this because it's very important that as a young man, you develop that habit right now of seeking help where you need help. You cannot bottle things forever. You cannot keep things to yourself forever. Because the danger of that is that when you've bottled the things quite a lot, you find it difficult actually to be released and become somebody who is free from that bondage. And sometimes you stay in this bondage of overwhelming emotions that you don't want to express them because you are afraid of people who think you're a lesser man. And at the end of the day, when you go to explode, you affect other people. And this is the reason why we are having a lot right now of gender-based violence. We are having a lot now of men killing women. And it's because generally men bottle up things inside of them. But as a young man today, I want to emphasize that don't bottle up things. If you feel like breaking up, break down. If you want to break down, break down. If you want to cry, cry. Because the situation demands you crying. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are lesser of a man. Because men can cry as well. Now, as a young man, this is a habit that I would love you to establish in your life. To actually express your emotions and be transparent about them. And please go out and seek advices. Go and seek help where you need help. There are times when you need to see a social worker. There are times where you need to see a psychologist or even a psychiatrist because of the situations that you're faced with that is actually making you to feel like you're not in control. You are actually overwhelmed by this situation that you feel like you've lost control completely. If you feel like breaking down, please break down, because men can break down too. And this is very important. And we emphasize this so that you may be able to know that it is not taboo to break down as a young man, because as you do so, you are actually finding exit to your emotions that is not detrimental to other people. You are able to identify what you're going through so that you can seek help. And please be open for help each and every time. Because if you're not open for help, you're going to have a problem of how to deal with your situations in your life. Now, as a young man, I'm emphasizing this, that please know that men can cry also. Please know that men can break down also. And I must really emphasize that when you feel like breaking down, please feel free to break down without fail. This is very, very important. Now, there are situations in your life that are really life-threatening. It could be that you have just been diagnosed with a sickness or an illness that you feel is actually rendering you terminal. For an example, being diagnosed with cancer. These are types of situations that are overwhelming in your life. You may be going through that as a young man, and you find that you cannot confide to anybody about it. And as I've said, that you might be going through rough relationships or difficult relationships in your life, whereby you don't know how to handle it. You have maybe spoken to the partner that you have a very rocky relationship with, and you feel like things are not solving out. But I want to let you know as a young man that there will always be people out there that are ready to help you. You're not alone in any situation, and therefore be aware that in this life we're having people that are ready to help us. We're having people that are ready to step in and counsel us or give us advices that would actually help us to be strong in them. But I want to emphasize the fact that in the closet where you are, if you feel like breaking down, it is not taboo as well to break down. It's not a taboo to feel the way you feel right now and feeling like you've lost it all. You feel like you're not in control at all. So please, if you have to cry, please cry without hiding that. Because otherwise, as I've said earlier, you'll end up bottling up things that you may not be able to control later. So please be aware that you're allowed as a young man to cry. You're allowed as a young man to break down, and that will be an exit to your emotions, and you'll be able to actually get better and feel better, and later feel in control, therefore. And also with the people that would have helped you, as I said, psychologists, it could be social workers, it could be psychiatrists. Through that, the counselings or the sessions that you've gone through, you will definitely feel better and become in control again. And that is why many people that have gone through breakdowns as young men, they've grown up to be able to counsel others. And there are many out there that have gone through difficulties, and they can be able to assist you based on their experiences as well. I want to end up here today. Your host, Mike Spokane. Thank you very much for listening to us as a young man and being able to follow us as we deal with this topic. I'll continue with it, dealing with part 2 tomorrow. Please join us as we do so. But I want to, before I check out, make you aware that we have these teachings on YouTube under My Corner Spokane. And also remember that our Facebook page, My Corner Spokane, and as well as Young Men Empowerment Forum, they are there for you. Click those notification buttons. Make sure that you subscribe as well. And you become part of these great teachings. They will help you as we going forward. May the good Lord bless you and allow me to check out and say cheers for now.